Introducing Ed Petersen and the Petersen Module Floating House. In 1980, Ed arrived as a child in Australia. After completing his studies, Ed was working as an architect and a builder for about 30 years.
In that time, I was working in my own business, involved in residential apartments, shops, offices and factories, also contracting to major architectural development firms and government.
Working on a major sustainability project that attracted worldwide attention, the year 2000 Sydney Olympics, has inspired him to investigate low-impact housing in a much closer detail. Back then at the time, Ed Petersen predicted that in the not-too-distant future, sustainability will become a standard in worldwide housing philosophy.
The Petersen Module Floating House is a self-sufficient, environment-friendly, no-impact on nature and habitat, maintenance-free house that floats on water.
This comprises of a lounge, dining, a fully fitted kitchen and a bathroom, a large single bedroom, built-in robe and a wraparound balcony. All inclusive of standalone solar power, drinking water, desalination package that provides a complete turnkey housing solution.
I was always on the lookout for alternative means of housing, searching for innovative solutions for the worldwide housing problem that even today has not been resolved. At first, the right questions needed to be asked, then a detailed research and design of the solution. The first ever compelling question to me was, why live on the dry land when there is so much space out there on the water?
In the late 90s, as a hobby, Ed began searching for materials and construction technology that one day could revolutionize housing. Materials and construction technology that's created for the dry land, but also capable of withstanding the never-ending dismantling conditions of the sea.
My philosophy for innovation is quite simple. If we are capable of looking at and experiencing the problems with an innovative outlook and an open mind, today's problems will present the solutions of the future.
In an age where land prices are skyrocketing, a cheaper, quicker in building time, more financially accessible, and environmentally reasonable housing solution is desperately needed.
In 2008, from personal and financial reasons, I experienced the harsh and unforgiving effects of a deficient Australian housing market. At this period of my life, the realization of the Petersen Module Floating House has become vital, so I began putting a more realistic, detailed and viable design forward.
After hundreds of designs, schematics and full detailed drawings in late 2013, Ed finalised the design, managed to find funding and built the full-scale prototype of the Petersen Module Floating House. This was a basic shell for government approvals and real-world marine testing that later enabled him to register the first Petersen module in Australia.
My plan is to build the first Petersen Module Floating House that is complete with all technology, fit-out and finishes which we'll use to showcase our potential clients. Utilizing this complete showpiece on the water and our current government success in principle will allow us to seek local government approvals for housing developments in various bays, lakes and rivers in Australia.
Currently, We are involved in preliminary discussion with various local councils, including other stakeholder government bodies in Australia, to obtain approvals for self-sufficient aqua villages. That includes village centres, shops, cafes and multi-dwelling housing, all utilising the standalone Petersen Module Floating House. A complete module showpiece will make this process possible for a viable on-water proposal, the first in Australian housing history.
The budget for a complete Petersen Module Floating House is 165,000 Australian dollars that can be built in 6 weeks.
This includes 54 square metres living space, maintenance-free hull, each 6 timber structure and cladding, fully fitted bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, lowered living lounge, stainless steel fixings and fittings, standalone solar power technology, desalination unit, quality finishes, shade cloth awning, furniture, labour costs, all guarantees and warranties.
All my projects in the past have represented the greed of developers and banks, not considering the sustainable future of housing.
Throughout its working history, you always knew that the Petersen Module Housing Project is an important one, much more important than everything else that it ever worked on.
Today it has become the sole purpose of my working life. The Petersen Module Floating House represents a comfortable shelter for human occupation for a reasonable price, without the adverse impact on us and our natural habitat. Using modern technology that provides a self-sufficient lifestyle that can be enjoyed by anyone, anywhere on this planet.